Hey, what's up, guys? I wanted to make this video because I saw this post a couple days ago, and I feel like it really um, sums up a big a great argument against why AI art it's not for everyone. You know what I mean? It's like it sucks ass. Okay, like I'm not gonna even like pinch salt about that stuff. It's like it sucks. Okay, and why it's terrible, and people are like, oh, you know what I mean? So as you can see, John Nymeister or whatever. Here you go. The silver lining to this whole drama, I have just found my best argument for why AI art sucks. I know this is long. Artists, give it a read. Okay, so I read this and I agree a lot with it. So I guess I'll read it to you guys. I don't know if you guys are watching or will read along, but I'll read it to you and then I'll give you some of my thoughts. Okay, so bread has been around for a long time. You're not going to make bread that is vastly different from someone else's bread. You might throw in some unique spices in your bread. You might carve a fun pattern in your bread. You might have a great store location that's more likely to sell bread. But at the end of the day, bread is bread. This is the argument. This is the argument even evangelists are trying to make. Bread is just bread. You make bread and I make bread. So whoever's bread is better, people will buy. Seems fair, right? But to make bread, you require resources. If you're a baker and you want to make and sell bread, you need to buy your wheat, sugar, butter, rosemary, whatever else it takes to make your bread. You develop relationships with people who provide you with these resources, compensate them for those resources, make your bread and sell it. If you grow your own wheat, that's cool too. If you buy your wheat from a farmer, that's cool too. What's happening with AI is that people have built robots who will fly to the farmers' fields and harvest their wheat without consent and deliver it to bakers. The bread is still bread, but bread cannot exist without wheat, and the wheat was stolen from people who make the wheat and are trying to pay their rent. AI evangelists are arguing, bread is bread, so why are you mad? While artists are arguing, I'm the one who grew the wheat and you stole a portion of my income without consent. Bread cannot be made without wheat. AI art cannot be made without training data. AI generators, including DreamUp, are harvesting wheat without the wheat farmer's consent. It's not an argument about bread, it's an argument about the fact that the product cannot exist without the input, and the input is being robbed on an industrial scale without any concern or for consent, ethics, or regulation. Okay, so um, basically, what they're saying is like the AI cannot function without taking data from other artists, right? And like, you know, a lot of the times they're not asking for consent, right? Just look at Kim Jong Gi and that whole situation. How like they're like 5 days later after his death, they or like a day after they made an AI of his work, right? There is the problem is there is no regulation. There is no form of like a talk between these tech bros and the artists, right? Who they from which they take, right? They're just taking it because to them it's just data, right? The possibilities, right? It to them. I've always wondered why they find it like so okay, right? And it's because they think of it from like a tech standpoint, okay, of like a look. Oh, look at the possibilities. Look at what we can do, right? It's like it's the like the scientists are so preoccupied with what they could do and instead of asking like what they should do, right? You know what I mean? And it's a similar situation with this, right? Where like the whole wheat thing, this analogy is like it's pretty good, right? Um, it doesn't. My thing is that it doesn't have like an artisanal aspect to it, where it's like, like you've like built up this skill, right? And you've built up like it's like because bread is like bread is bread, but it's not like each bread person is like has like their own individual like perfect recipe or something. You know what I mean? Like art is a little bit more individualized, right? So there's a a higher sacredness to it, right? But I like this argument because um, I think it helps maybe the tech bros maybe think a little bit better. You know what I mean? Because they're very like, well, you guys are just sensitive. Blah, 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 blah. You know, it's like they don't understand like the logistics of what's going on, right? So like artists, we spent all this time growing the wheat. We made all this effort to cultivate our skill, make everything work. You know what I mean? And to grow this like our individual wheat fields, right? Of which we've spent much time and effort to get there, right? And the AI is just going in, scooping it up, just this is ours, this is ours, or like event like it could even be that like the robots are coming down and like scanning the wheat field, and it's like, oh, this is how this wheat field is composed, and like we will take the composition of that and like use it as our own, right? And like it's stupid, right? Like yeah, again, like it said, on an industrial scale, it's not fair for artists. It's bullshit, right? And I really think that there should be some kind of regulation. You know what I mean? Like this, like the rampant use of AI, like is basically destroying an industry right now. You know what I mean? And what happens when all the artists are no longer able to compete with the AI, right? Um, I don't like it. You know what I mean? And clearly, there's a big outcry from people. You know what I mean? It's just I don't know. I don't know. It's annoying, right? But this is a really good kind of summation, for like people who may not understand it. You know what I mean? Of course, the artists understand. You know what I mean? I think most people understand what's going on. But again, I think it's really like the AI bros, the tech people who don't get it, right? But that's it. Yeah, not much to talk about. I just wanted to show it to you guys. Yep. See you guys on the next one.